No more hammering on poor DeMarco.
Your volume's just a little bit low, Ron. Your mic
I
volume.
got buck louder because I can't use my mic.
He gave me the winner of the Super Bowl and the NCAA tournament.
You're looking good, Johnny. You're looking slim and trim.
Johnny's got his Florida figure going on. So
I do, yeah.
You got his Speedo all ready to go.
Oh, snap. Let's not.
All right. That went live on here, DeMarco. So just let you know.
Sorry.
Okay, everybody ready here? We're going to start the show off here.
How come Joe Folio, everything's backwards on Joe Folio?
1. And welcome into DroneNation for March 3rd, 2025. Everything you need to know about the DJI O4 Air Unit Pro and more. And we're afraid to ask. What's that old movie? So big show tonight here. We got the usual co-host Marcus and DeMarco and myself, Ron, and our special guest tonight is Joe Vince Leone, better known as Joe Photo Leo, and then we got Johnny Alfonso, better known as Johnny Dronefly. How comes all the guests get all the good nicknames or whatever? But you know,
I thought my mom was calling me with that full Joe Vince Leone. I thought I was in trouble for a minute.
I thought you
y'all call me Joe Photo Leo. I thought I was in trouble.
So I want to start off the show by, I saw this on Facebook. I want to wish a happy anniversary to Bob and Audrey Dempsey. I forget what number it was, how many years, but it's quite a few years in there. So
I just got off the phone with Audrey.
And you'll be cruising with the newlyweds here pretty soon, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
But the first ever drone cruise.
It's pretty cool because she's got a setup where we the whole group, we all get on the ship at the same time. They'll put our drones away for us, but then whenever we get off, they'll just give them back to us. So
that's cool.
Yeah. It's a good thing.
I ought to get some. I expect some great footage, Marcus.
Yeah.
If they let him have the drones soon enough. So we'll see. I hope it all goes well. Again, I expect. Well, we'll see you in Florida. You'll be editing some of that footage right at some of our gatherings, our informal gatherings.
While you guys are flying drones, I'll be on my laptop editing. Yeah.
So
you hit one of our secret spots today, Ron.
Yeah,
I did. I was there with at Du Bois Park with the famous Captain Ray Kelly and Steve Barnett, and it kind of wasn't a good day in Florida. It rained on and off most day, but it was beautiful in the morning when we were there. As soon as we left, things kind of fell apart and wasn't a nice day, but got some good shots.
Ron, this is a very important question I've got for you, though. Maybe it was too early in the morning, but did you stop at our burger joint?
Yeah, but too early. Ray took me to another secret breakfast location he's discovered.
Okay, well, I hope you wrote down the address so that we can hit it up when I get there.
Yeah, and
Johnny will be in Stewart, but I'll be there in Jupiter with you, Ron. So
I'll be there. We'll be there early. Don't worry. We'll wake you up, Marcus. You know.
And guess what, Johnny? Johnny Bench is known to hang out at this place. Ray took us.
No, really.
Can you still hear me? I don't know why my video.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, hear you fine.
I can hear you. You're pulsating.
Well, I was trying to use the Pocket 3 as a webcam, but I guess it doesn't. It says it's unplugged. Let me read.
Well, he is, Marcus.
Johnny, I swear.
Well, hey, we don't need video for me anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it.
No.
Anyhow,
we plug it in. It should.
I already did. Nothing happened. It said recognized, but nothing happened. But I'm not going to disrail the show because I don't have video here. Joe's here with us. He's going to tell us all about that area. But I want to get to a story I know is near and dear with a lot of people's, things here. Oh, here I'm back. And I want to share a screen here with you. You know, we love to share our screens around here. So let's see. Can you guys see this? This, fellas, is Jasper Ellens. He released, this is somebody else's photo. Jasper gave him credit in the article here. This is on Drone DJ right now. But this is the best photo we've seen yet
Wow.
the Mavic 4 Pro. And another tidbit here, Jasper said it's a rumored, the 20th of April is a rumored release date for the Mavic 4 Pro. Marcus, you got something.
Well, I'm just saying the price went up today by at least 10%.
Oh,
The tariff, they go into effect tomorrow, right?
I thought it was 25%. It was going up. Oh, no, that's Mexico and Canada, right?
But from China, it's another. They added another 10%. So
on top of the already 25,
yeah. If it was going to be $3,000, now it's 3,300.
That's Eddie Nunez.
It got released today, then, Marcus.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I wish we could have. But that's to your point. If anybody needed any drone gear, hopefully they bought it before now.
Hey, Marcus, what happened with the Dow today? I heard things weren't good with the Dow.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
640 points, 650. Yeah.
Wow.
Not a happy day for me, Ron. So I don't even really want to talk about it.
Okay.
So, in fact,
this is a stock nation. You're right. This isn't.
Yeah, it's kind of ruined my day here. I'll be back in a little bit.
Yeah. Go get Marcus a stiff drink.
Yeah. And plus, he had to write the check to that contractor, probably. So he's, Right. Anyhow, just real quick, Johnny, what did you think of this? The new photo of the Mavic 4. Well, I was saying, I was reading that Eddie Nunez says that's his photo, but we all know, that he snuck into Best Buy and took that picture. But no, you know what? It looks very interesting, and I mean, I never bought the Mavic 3, but I'm not, it's going to be, of course, want to see the specs, want to see the price, but I'm sure it's going to be a hell of a drone just looking at that,
Always.
DeMarco, your thoughts on this? Our first really good picture of the Mavic 4.
I think it sort of reminds me of that egg drone.
Hey, well, that camera's sticking out there, isn't it?
Yeah, the camera.
It is.
Oh, it looks good. You know what? Every generation they come out with something that we weren't looking for or expecting. So same here. So I have no doubts.
Yeah, I'm excited about the new design. It's cool. It's a good looking, exciting.
Yeah, it kind of looks tubular. It's hard to see from that, but man, I'll tell you what, it's pretty neat looking.
So when Marcus buys it and then gets bored with it, I'll buy it from him. Great drone. Yeah.
Yeah, I might pick up one of them old Mavic 3s that somebody got hanging around, just saying.
Hey,
yeah,
RC Pro too. Remember that?
Yeah, Eddie Nunez makes an interesting comment. It does kind of look like it's upside down, like it ought to be flipped,
Yeah, yeah, he's right. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know how it is. Like I don't know, good looking, bad looking drone. Once you get up in the air, you get it 50 feet, 100 feet away from you can't see it anymore anyway. So what do you care what it looks like?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you're driving a sports car around a neighborhood and you're showing off whatever. Nobody sees it in the air anyways.
Yeah, well, hey, I'm like John Flynn right there. I don't really care how it looks, how it flies, and what's on that. What's that sensor like? I mean, that's why we all buy the drones. Really,
how's that camera? Yeah.
You're buying a camera, the drone comes free.
Yeah, there you go. That's true.
So, okay, well, that's all we really have. I said April 20th. That's the first good look. We don't really know any more specs or whatever. So we're going to end the Mavic 4 talk right now. And we're going to go to, Marcus is back. There he is.
I'm just going to step out for a little bit, Ron. I'm just not feeling it tonight. So I'm
okay. Marcus will take a little break here.
Hope you're okay, Marcus.
I think my camera's about to go off again. Oh, I went back to the webcam. The Pocket 3 gave up, but okay.
Oh.
Here's a little story. Richard sent this in. The master Airscrew props for the DJI Neo. One of the biggest complaints about the Neo is the noise. For such a small drone, it's like also the noisiest drone. And supposedly, it's got some reviews out, and Richard vouches for them. These master Airscrew prop replacements for the Neo, they promise low noise performance. They enhance the efficiency of the drone. They provide faster acceleration and speed. They have improved stability and responsiveness, and they have a cooler look and durability boost. All this for only $15.99. I've included the exclusive DroneNation affiliate link right down there in the show notes down below. So, Johnny, you're an owner of the Neo. Would something like this interest you?
I mean, I have changed some props on the. I think the Avata went with a couple of master Airscrew, and of course they sent some. We gave some away on the show, but I mean, you know, that drone is. I mean, all those drones are a little whine to them. I mean, I don't think it's going to change the sound too much. You know, I don't know about enhancing the flying, but hey, try them out. You know, if that's if you want to try them, I mean, they're good. Master Airscrew's got a good track record. A lot of people use them.
What's his name? Captain Drone. He reviewed him, and he had one of those sound meters, and supposedly cut the sound in half.
Yeah, I don't know. I had
yeah.
Joe, I don't know, Joe. It's a whoop kind of drone. It's gonna make some noise.
Joe's
loud pitch most of the time. So
yeah, it's a whiny.
Yeah, Joe's our FPV expert tonight. Have you ever got to fly the Neo FPV style?
No, I've not flown the Neo.
Okay.
No.
You're aware it could fly in Acro mode if you have that controller.
Yeah. I know how the Avata 1 gets blown around in the wind. I can only imagine that little Neo getting blown around. I don't like fighting wind, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
yeah.
I did an upgraded Axis flying upgraded kit on my Avata 1, and it flies so much better. A lot more freestyle, a lot better handling. So
yeah, even
and quieter.
Yeah, actually. Joe knows that Ken Hoffbauer's got some little whoops, and they're probably, I mean, they're more powerful than the Neo. And, you know, even flying in here at the house one day, I mean, he had to land it. It was just blowing all over the place. You know?
Oh, yeah. I flew here in my front.
They have their moment, you know, mostly indoor, you know, maybe between buildings and stuff. But it's it's a fun little drone. I mean, for $1.99, it's really not a bad drone to pick up.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I've flown not Acro FPV, but I've flown with the goggles and the motion control. And it's okay for what it is. But I mean, I did it one time. I don't have any inspiration to do it again. It worked. You know, but it's not the experience that the Avata 2 is. You know. So, okay. Well.
Yeah, I just flew Johnny's Avata 2 after Minefield in Acro, and I got to feel how it flies in Acro. It's pretty good. It's a lot better than the Avata 1 for sure.
Yeah, I mean even just flying with a motion controller, it's a step up from the Avata 1, and camera wise,
that's what I hear. Yeah,
it's most fun with the motion control. I'll be honest with you. You know.
Yeah.
To each his own.
Yeah. Well, I'm just talking about the little Neo. You know.
Yeah. Oh, with the Neo.
Yeah. Right. The Neos. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The Avata. No, the Avata 2 is great in Acro. The Avata. You know. So yeah. I mean, a different style drone for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Like everybody says, what do you expect for $199? Right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's going to be the tariff on the more than that'll be more than the tariff on a new drone.
But that's the problem is, like, we all know that, we all know that it's not going to do well in the wind, and it's just $199 though. But I'm sure many people bought that drone just with their only drone, and they're going to try to push it, and they're going to lose it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there definitely will be people that do that, but it's got its use for sure.
I got a question in chat from Eddie Nunes. It's to Joe. He's asking Joe, how about the Avata 2 versus the Avata 1 with the Axis kit?
I flew Johnny's, like I mentioned. I flew Johnny's just for a short time in Louisiana, and we were by the waterway, so I was kind of taking it easy. I didn't want to lose his drone, but it flew really well. I would say the upgraded with the Axis kit on the Avata 1. It's probably as good, if not better, than the Avata 2.
Wow. That's good. That's good to hear.
But again, I don't have a ton of experience with the Avata 2 in manual. But the Avata 1's pretty incredible with the upgraded kit.
Sergio says, got the Avata 2, can't wait to fly it.
Heck yeah, cuz. Yeah, he's loving that.
Yeah, hey. Good deal. The Avata 2 is a lot of fun. I mean,
yeah,
Avata 1, I think the both Avatas, well, the Avata 1 got a lot of people into the hobby and flying FPV as far as, I mean, it's because you got that learning curve. You can take it up, give it some height, and then throw it in Acro or manual and kind of what you couldn't do before. You know, when you was learning FPV, you had to take off. You know.
There it is.
Yeah.
And that's Marcus's old Avata. Is that correct?
It is actually. Yeah.
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 Richard in the chat is saying that you can get a refurbished Neo for $160 at DJI store.
Oh, Neo,
Most of the time, they're all sold out of that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Ron, Ron, we may have another little controversy with the Amazon. I don't know if you saw. Do you have that?
Captain Ray told me a little bit about it.
Well, you know, what was the Mini 4K? Is that what it is? Yes.
Yeah.
It was $179, and I think the Flymore kit was $289 or $279. So I actually ordered the Flymore kit, and it is supposed to be shipped, but I don't know. I'm kind of leery of the seller, but hey, I'll get my money back from Amazon if I don't get it. So it's a Mavic 3 thing all over again, maybe, you know, in a lower scale.
Another person said they ordered it too this morning.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, it shows shipped, you know, well, a few hours later, but I mean, who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? Okay, we're going to go on to story number 2 on the list here. The V-Copter Mini spec leaks. You know, and this is straight from my say spec leaks. I shouldn't say that. This is straight from V-Copter's website. 4K video, but 18 megapixel photos. Now that kind of blows you away because all the DJI drones are like 12 megapixels, and then they pixel bin up to like 50 or something. But originally it started at 12. This supposedly starts at 18 megapixels. So this may have a better photo camera than say the DJI Mini drones. So that's interesting. They say it's pocket size, 249 grams, has a 34-minute flight time, low noise propellers and all that. 3-axis gimbal. It's V-shaped bicopter with a tilt rotor control system. And I have a little video, but I didn't cue it up. I'm sorry, where it shows the motors rotating or whatever. John, do they rotate?
Yeah, it does when you start it up, and and the motors rotate. And
okay. Pricing and shipping date is still unknown, but they have their own Facebook group, and Johnny and I are both members now, that will give members of the group early access to it. The drone should be released in the next few weeks, and that's not a rumor. That's what it says on their own website, that it could be released in the next few weeks, hopefully in time for the South Florida drone meetup on April 5th. And we have Johnny on the show. He's kind of our V-Copter expert. And Johnny, what are your thoughts on all this new information about the V-Copter from themselves on their website?
Yeah, you know, I'm excited about the V-Copter. I think 2 things. You know, it's kind of timing. If they do put this drone out in this little market where DJI's, I say, having trouble shipping and stuff, you know, you might be leery to. I mean, I know Mavic 3 and a V-Copter, two totally different items, of course. But you know, the V-Copter is you know, people ask me, it's just fun to fly. It's unique. It's very agile. And with these updated features, I mean, some people were thinking, you know, I know yesterday on Drones and Coffee, they were talking about, well, you know, it might not be that bad a camera, but I don't think because what they did with the first V-Copter, they announced it in 2020, and it was 2 years later. So they had everything and they just left it the same. But, you know, here it is 5 years later. So, I mean, I think the camera is going to be I think it's going to be the same camera as a Hover, which is a really nice camera. And that's, I was
going to say, they're the same company that makes the Hover drones, and they're known for their good cameras, or the better cameras on their selfie drones than say DJI.
Right. So I think it's going to be. I mean, you know, I mean, you know, we always say it depends on the price, but you know, does it really? I mean, almost every drone that's come out, people's purchased it no matter what price point. But it's very unique. It looks like it's got 2 colors, a yellow and, of course, the regular color that they had. But hey, it's going to be interesting, and I think I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm well, you know, the price point. I think you know, for its specs, it has to be priced right. But here's another thing, Johnny. They're saying that it probably won't have obstacle avoidance because the V-Copter, when it gets started, it has to do this funny thing where it kind of like flips down, looks at the ground, and if you have optical avoidance sensors all around, it'll see the ground and it'll mess the flight up. So it may not have the optical avoidance sensors, but that's not uncommon on budget mini drones under a certain price point.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I think it's all about, of course, it's, you know, specs, camera, you know, but sometimes, hey, you know, just a flight experience of flying a V-Copter is what, I mean, most time I don't even record anymore. I just like to fly it and have fun. But I mean, this will be a totally different thing because Marcus saw that early V-Copter and, you know, it was 2 years later and the same camera that he saw, which might've been high tech when he first seen it in 2020. You know what I mean?
2020 was when they had it at the.
Yeah, but 2 years later, that camera was 2 years old. You know what I mean? So
by the time it got out to people's hands. And now a lot of us, Johnny, you've let a lot of us fly the V-Copter. I got to fly the V-Copter at the drone meetup last year. DeMarco, have you ever got a chance to fly Johnny's V-Copter?
I think I flew Johnny's though. The first one that I flew was at Spin Up 3 or 4, maybe.
Oh, Ken Herron's.
Yeah, I flew that one. No, then I think I flew Johnny's too. I liked it. It's cool.
I flew
He's never let me touch it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How about Ken Herron's?
Not that one either. So
yeah, Ken had one at Spin Up. Yeah.
Yeah, I flew it. Joe, have you ever got a chance to fly the little bicopter, V-Copter?
I've not. No, it's I saw Johnny's at South Florida 2 years ago when I was there for 3.0. But yeah, it's a unique drone. It's cool. No, I didn't fly it though.
Johnny's pretty careful about who he lets fly that thing.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have seen my flights, right? I crashed
the hotel outside
bit down again.
Joe, is it true you're coming to the Florida drone meetup this year?
I will be there. Yes.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yep.
Well, maybe Johnny will bring the V-Copter and you'll have a chance to fly it.
No, it's coming. It's absolutely.
I'll fly my. I'll fly this right through the V. How about that?
There you go.
I'll send the Grinderino right through the.
Oh, I might have to zap that thing down.
Yeah, so I'm like Johnny. I'm very interested in this V-Copter. It'll be here before the Mavic 4 recording latest rumors. But I mean, I'm interested at a certain price point. I'm not looking to pay a grand for it or anything like that. Or I'm not looking to pay, you know, Air 3S prices for it. Marcus?
No.
Johnny, they show in the preview videos on their website, they show it doing some upside down.
Upside down, yeah.
Tricks. Does yours do that?
No. That's actually, I was reading, you have to buy either a kit or some kind of, I don't remember how it's worded. You have to buy something to make it do that.
It's like a crazy little inverted yaw spin. It goes,
yeah.
Down. That's crazy.
It is. It's kind of wicked looking, but
it is.
I don't. I might try it with somebody else's V-Copter when they get. I'll try it with Captain Joe's. We'll try it.
Ken Herron's. Ken Herron's.
I don't know. It is very. I think to see the V-Copter Mini behind Marcus. Oh.
Jim Droning said he's very interested in the V-Copter Mini also up there in Canada.
Does that count?
Oh yeah.
Marcus has a new review out of a helicopter. Laura wants to get the V-Copter just for the novelty of it.
Yeah. Was the helicopter easy or hard, or was it?
You know what? It was if you watch that video, it was my very first time even turning it on, and it didn't crash. So, but it did have has an optical flow camera, right? But it would just uncommanded go left or go right. I mean, it seemed to like to go left or right. It seemed to hold steady going forward and backwards. And, you know, it's kind of fun, but it's a toy, really.
I never had much luck with those helicopters. Yeah.
Yeah, I never seen. I mean, I've seen them on YouTube and stuff, but man, I've never really. It's funny.
Well, this is just a toy. This one's
it's a toy,
cheap one. Yeah.
Marcus, you see that before you pop back in, Marcus?
Hey, look at that! Look at that!
You recognize it? You don't recognize it, do you?
Is that my original one? No, you put a whole new frame on it, right?
Yes. This is your old Avata right here. Yep.
Yeah, look at that.
I picked that from you. Yep. 3.5 inch frame's a lot bigger now. Yeah.
Well, like you told me,
I'll show you in Florida. How about that?
That's it. It's now being flown like it never flew before.
That's it.
Hey, Gary, Brent Rail Productions has a DroneNation deal today for us. He says B&H has a Samsung 2 terabyte SD hard drive for only $129. Thanks for shouting that out for us, Gary.
That's really good.
Now, was it Gary's birthday just recently?
I don't know. I
think
do
it was Gary. Yeah, we're gonna make Gary our DroneNation birthday of the week here. I think his birthday was just like last week. And if it wasn't your birthday last week, then I'm getting you early for whenever it does come.
Yeah, well, you just early for you either late by a few months or early by a few months.
Hey, we got a comment here for Joe, I believe, from Will. We'll see FPV. Hey Joe, I'm buying another Pavo, but the Pro one, LOL.
So we'll see. That's my local flying buddy here. Yeah, he's about those Pavos right now. He's flying the hell out of them, man. Right
Tell
on real good.
Tell us what a Pavo is.
Little Pavo 20. It's little tiny whoop. He was running a 2S on it, and he just upgraded that to a 3S, or just got some 3S batteries for it. And he said it is just, he's having a blast with it. So yeah.
Hey, Warren's question there. Warren, I actually reviewed. Go ahead, Johnny.
No, I said, what is that? What is a slash plate?
The what? I'm sorry.
Lauren's comment. I was reading that.
Oh. No, Warren.
So anyway, Warren Akarasho made a comment here asking about the Go-Go bird.
Oh.
And I actually did review that probably a couple of years ago. Okay. And that thing was a riot. It was a ton of fun. It really was.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that video.
Yeah. If I had kids like DeMarco, I'd still be flying that thing around.
And we got another Skyfly Network. Good evening, Ron, Marcus, Joe, Johnny, DeMarco, everyone in the chat. Thank you. Yeah, so that's kind of it on the V-Copter. Here's story number 3, and Richard sent this in too. FIMI, remember FIMI? They have 2 new drones out on their website, and an enterprise drone soon to be released with what do you call it when you see things in the dark? The infrared camera.
Clear.
Yeah, something like that.
Or thermal.
That's coming. I don't really know much about that, but the FIMI X8 Pro 2025 camera drone is $449. It has a 30x hybrid zoom on it. Now I don't know if that's digital or optical or whatever. I couldn't really get that off the website. And also they have a FIMI X8. I'm gotten confused. The Telemax has a 30x hybrid zoom, and that's $449. And the Pro 2025 is $399. It has a 1.7 aperture, records 4K 60 frames per second video. Marcus, you've kind of been our FIMI man over the years. You've reviewed a lot of FIMI drones. And
you know what I call buying FIMI drones? Throwing good money after bad.
Oh.
No, well, here's the thing. They make a lot of promises, and they're so close. They kind of work, but then there's always issues. And I'll give you an example. I was pretty high on the FIMI Mini 3, and I haven't flown it since the last time I flew it. It just completely disconnected and was on its own. And you know, all the tricks that you do, you plug the cable back in, you turn the controller on and off, trying to get reconnected. Nothing would do it. And fortunately, it went into landing mode and it landed in a bunch of brush. However, it could have been bad. And then the other one, I have the FIMI X8 SC, the 2022 version. Bought that drone, seems to fly okay. The camera looked pretty good, had a nice horizon. I just took it out one day and all of a sudden started seeing big waves in the video, a bunch of jello in the video. So I don't trust them. I can't buy a FIMI drone and know that it's going to perform. And if you can't trust it, you might have a good flight one time, but the next one you just don't know. Sure. So it's a very enticing price. They put all these features in, and what would you say, $400 and whatever dollars?
$399 for the Pro, and then $449 for that one with the 30x hybrid zoom.
So $399. That sounds like a great price for the features and everything of that. It's a full size drone, but understand it's going to kind of work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Work-ish.
And I searched YouTube to see if I could find any reviews in English on it, and it's really not much out there on it yet because FIMI has a kind of a strict policy about not sending out review units ahead of time or whatever.
Wonder why.
Really, you don't really know much.
Yeah. Wonder why.
Yeah.
Hey, Marcus, but I think, Marcus, like a lot of people who buy that drone are newbies, and they don't know that the drone is supposed to work every time. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
No, I totally get you. They buy it because it's cheap. They look at all the features and it looks really good in the advertisement, and then it just doesn't.
That's
really
the thing.
work.
Marketing is so incredible on those cheap drones. The marketing is incredible.
And then their after sales service just is all but non-existent.
Mhm.
Yeah, people buy totally on the specs, not looking into things like reliability and ease of use and all the other things that make a good drone a joy to fly.
Right.
Yeah, and Joe, you brought up a good point. Remember, EXO said that they flew better than DJI, right there on Facebook.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
Johnny, I got an EXO drone. I'll sell you the Black Hawk 2 or whatever it is. I mean,
Nice.
Go to Black Hawk.
Is that the one that looks like the Mavic Air 1? It's like
exactly
very
right.
similar. Yep.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
people like that.
That was my
design.
first DJI drone. My first drone. Well, my first DJI drone was a Mavic Air 1. Great drone. Screaming Hornet.
Yeah,
I believe our fan Richard has ordered the 30X, a FIMI or whatever, the hybrid zoom. So he'll give us some feedback on that when he gets.
How much is that, Ron? How much is that?
$449. So, and I'll give more information about the Enterprise FIMI when that comes out.
Hey, Ron, Stevie's got a question for Joe. I'm going to put it up here.
Pop it up there.
Have you flown the GEP RC Cinelog 35? I have not. Yeah, I haven't. I don't have any experience with the GEP RC, any Cinelog 35, anything really in that. Well, if it compares to the upgraded Avata size, is that a 3.5 inch?
I don't know.
V2 6S.
Yeah, I'm thinking that 3.5 is 3.
Are you coming to Florida, Stevie? Bring it with you. I'll fly it. I'll let you know.
There. Yeah, there you go.
Let's go. I want to
See
see
you there,
Stevie.
Steve.
Yeah, we'll check it out.
Okay, we'll get off FIMI here. Just a short one here. The DJI Pocket 3, one of people's favorite cameras, good and low light, 1-inch sensor and all that. It got a big firmware update last week that added some new features. One of the standout additions is the medium tele mode. The feature allows users to achieve a 2x magnified mid telephoto view equivalent to a 40 millimeter focal length, all while maintaining pristine 4K ultra high definition resolution. So no kind of just like digital zoom type thing that adds all that noise. This zoom gets you in twice as close, and you lose no video resolution quality. So this is kind of a big boom for many people. Like I know Bob Dempsey talked about taking the Pocket on his trip to Africa, and he went safari. And he couldn't get in tight enough when the wild animals or something like this could probably really help. And also on top of that, they've also added a breathing compensation feature. When enabled, this function corrects changes in the field of view caused by shifts in the focus distance during recording, so you don't get that thing where it kind of hunts for focus for a few seconds on you as much now. So this is some big additions to a product that's over a year old now, whatever. So I'm really looking forward to trying out that medium tele on this. So I think I'm probably the only one here has a Pocket 3, right?
You are in the perfect spot to try it out, though, Ron. You'll have some cool places to take that Pocket 3, and we'll look at that as the B-roll on your drone videos, right?
Right. I'm also testing out the Insta360 Ace 2 Pro down here too. So, and that has a 2x function too. So yeah, I'll be definitely getting some footage of you guys with these hot new action cameras here. But I'll get off of this if nobody has any questions. But I haven't really got to test out yet. So Eddie's saying no D-Log in the 40 million. Yeah, you lose a lot of the features. I don't think tracking works in this medium tele features. So yeah, Eddie's got a good point. You lose a lot of the stuff but if you're the type of person, you never shoot D-Log, you just shoot normal mode. If you don't do a lot of tracking or whatever, I mean, a lot of the stuff that it doesn't do, probably a good percentage of customers never use it anyways. So just bear that in mind. But if you are D-Log all the time person, it's not going to help you. So okay, on to story number 5 here. Billy Kyle released a 6-month review of the DJI Air 3S. He said after 6 months, this drone is still a beast, and it's been his workhorse in most of his paid jobs in that time. And I've linked his video in here. It's also in the Facebook group for DroneNation. And Billy really talks the drone up, but I mean, he's echoing my words or whatever. It's been my go-to drone since it's come out. And I know Johnny and Marcus also have this drone. I'll let you guys share your thoughts on it after 6 months. It's probably okay. This is going to be a kind of a big statement, but I think it's the best consumer drone on the market right now. Now, are there things you can do with the Mavic 3 Pro? It's got the extra tele lens and some other things, but that the total package, if you look at the total package and the intelligence built into that Air 3S, it really hits. It's the sweet spot, man. It hits on all cylinders. Johnny, your thoughts?
Yeah, I would say the same thing. I mean, I have, like I said, I never bought the Mavic 3, but it's by far, I mean, out of all the drones, Johnny drone buyer, hey, it's the best drone I've ever had. I'll be honest with you. It's very agile. The size is great. The battery life, the features that it has, the camera at night, even though, some people bitch about not having night mode, but the camera is super at night, and it's a pleasure to fly. So, yeah.
Plus, it hauls the mail.
It does that. Yeah.
I have the Air 3, and as an FPV guy, that Air 3 is like the go-to. Phenomenal. Like, had the Air 1, had the Air 2, had the Air 2S. I got the Air 3.
Yeah, and the Air 3 is still great. It's still a great drone. It's still a good choice for people out there that get the
people ask me that all the time too. Yeah, and I say, that Air 3, you're not going to go wrong with it. If you can buy an Air 3S, great, but if not, the Air 3 is amazing. And the price, Michael, you have it, don't you?
No, I do not. In fact, I was going to ask, is it better than the Mavic 3?
The Air 3,
not camera wise, but I think even the Air 3's a little bit more nimble flyer than the Mavic 3.
It's faster, isn't it? It's faster.
I think
it's the Air 3S in particular.
Air 3S, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Air 3S and Mavic 3 or 3 Pro.
Mavic 3.
Just 3.
Yeah,
it's probably better than the
3. Yeah.
I think.
You know what? I just thought of something. I've got 2 people on the panel now that have a couple of great drones because they were formerly owned by a great YouTube channel.
We actually mentioned that earlier, though.
Hey, did you see Tom Dowlings? He agrees with the panel here. It's the best consumer drone today. Fly great, is fast, and has a great cameras. Yep. And some people call it the best travel drone because it's easier, it's smaller than the Mavic 3.
I would say it's better than the Mavic 3 just because it's got that 3X, where the Mavic 3 only has the 24, the wide angle, and then the 7X.
Yeah, that
the 3X is.
I agree, but that big sensor on that.
You're not
wrong.
The
one that DeMarco has, the Mavic 3, it's got the Micro Four Thirds sensor plus. It has a 7x tele, so not a.
Hey, and they're pretty hard to get right now. The Air 3S, I'll say that. Yeah, John Flynn is right there. Yeah,
that's the other thing that's weird that's going on is man, you're hang on to your drones because boy, is it? Are we even going to be able to? Well, we've delved into that so many times, but it's a concern, I guess. Is what it's saying.
We have for a long time, but it's coming true right now. You know what I mean?
No, that's my point. Yeah, it seems like it's coming true. So Yeah. So even this
you can't get an Air 3S. I don't know. Maybe Amazon. I don't know.
Yeah, third party styler. Jim Anderson saying, "Do you think that Mavic Pro will be better?"
Yeah, that better be.
Well,
not right. Yeah.
There's no
two different drones though. I just it's two totally different drones to me.
Let's see what it is, Johnny. We don't even really know yet.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, well, absolutely. Lauren. I mean, Tom's saying better than the Air 2S, but hey, the Air 2S still a great drone. A lot of people love that drone. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Oh, the Air 2S is awesome. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
It's still a good drone.
The Air 2S was the first folding drone like that was really powerful, right? I'll never forget the first takeoff, the ascent speed and the descent speed with the Air 2S. Actually, that started with the Air 2, I believe, were better than, when you were used to, if you go back and fly a drone like a Mavic Pro or something, it's going to seem like a slug compared to, the Air 2S, and they just keep getting faster and more nimble.
Yeah. Richard makes a good point in the chat. The Mavic 3, of course, series is the only one with a variable aperture.
Right. If you're professional level, no question. That. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna switch over to 6 here. We got, of course, Joe on the show tonight. He's going to talk about the area. So he's gonna give us an overview of installing the new O4 Air Unit Pro, and we will discuss other things such as the range, which is 15 kilometers, transmission, and auto frequency selection with the Pro model. Joe, what's that auto frequency selection mean?
You're gonna catch me lying, Ron.
Okay.
Auto frequency selection.
It just picks the best channel, Joe. The most.
If that's what it's referring to as the auto channel, yeah.
Okay.
If it's the transmission, it does have the auto.
rolling.
Yeah. Just like
is that pretty important when you're flying FPV that's channel hopping for the best transmission?
Yeah, for sure. Because if another drone pops in, FPV guys try to be cautious of each other and fly, a couple channels apart, and I am going up on channel 1, and so everybody knows. But if a camera drone pops up, it can cut into you. So it's good to be able to be in auto and jump around. And the O3 has that too.
And 15 kilometers, that sounds incredible, right?
Yeah, and I'm not experiencing that yet.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. I'll share some footage in a bit, but I'm not. In a little bit of footage or a little bit of experience I have flying the O4 is I'm getting less range actually than my O3. And it's in a location at a job site, which, like I said, I'll share, but it's kind of surprising that so I may have an issue with mine, but that's what I've experienced. So,
and you want to talk about the control link and goggle usage with the O4 Air?
Yeah, so with my O4, and that might be one of the reasons I put it in my demo bot, which is my first build that I built back January of last year, and I am using the RC2 with it, remote that came with the potato. So that's the RC link that I'm using. Typically, I'm running Crossfire, which I'm running my Tango 2. I don't think that has anything to do with it because it's video that I'm losing, not control. But where I'm going down to like 8 or 9 megabits per second on the O3, this went down to 1 and actually hit some ghost branches coming back and almost crashed. So it was kind of surprising, honestly. So I was expecting to be able to get through this group of trees a lot better than I was in the O3. But,
now, Joe, can you remove a O3 Air unit and replace them with the O4?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, that's what I did. I had an O3 in this. Yeah, I had an O3 in this, and then took it out to put in a shameless plug into our Quad Mafia frame. So since the O4 didn't fit in this, I robbed the O3 from the Demibot, put it in here, and put the O4 Pro in this.
So it's a little bit of plug and play in some cases then.
Yeah, for the most part. I never have good luck with getting a stack that the DJI Air unit just plugs right into and works. So I just snip the end and solder it where it needs to go on the correct UART, correct channel.
Okay. So it's a relatively, I'm going to say
it's simple. If you built a couple times, it's pretty darn easy. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Also, the video quality, this O4 Area Pro has a 1/1/3 inch CMOS sensor, which I believe is the same sensors on the Avata 2 drone.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah, great quality, great picture quality.
So you've seen an improvement in your video results.
Yes, I think it is. I think what's recorded to the Air unit is better, slightly better than the O3. I definitely think you need an ND filter and run the 180 degree rule. It's so clear that when you're running auto, it just looks kind of jarring to the eye just because it's so clear, right? And in auto, you're shooting at probably 1/250th of a second or something like that, right? 1/300th of a second. Mm-hmm. So if you put it in the 180 rule and shoot, if you're 4K 60, you want to be at 1/120, and you're going to get that nice motion blur, and it'll actually look good. Right. But without an ND filter, it's just kind of sharp. It's just too jarring.
Yeah. It makes sense. I never fly the Avata 2 without a ND filter unless I'm just testing something or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about the video quality.
Right.
Oh, and the price of the O4 Air Unit Pro is $229. Now, is that readily available from DJI.com, or is it hard to get?
There you go, Johnny. I see you. Yeah, I believe
that.
The
size of that O4, and then this is the
find your camera. There you go. That's that thing is smaller than a dime.
Oh wow,
that thing is tiny.
I mean, they're all tiny.
Yeah, that's the O4 Pro. The O4, I believe they have them, Johnny. Correct me if I'm wrong. They got them at DJI.
They do, yeah, and actually, yeah, they do, yeah.
I believe Dave Fly High FPV got another shipment in.
He did. I saw him post something today, I believe. Yeah.
Yep. So
again, any of that stuff you want, buy it now.
Yeah, O3s. I'm upset about it because the reason I got the O4 was because I already had the O3 paid for from Dave Fly High. He was on back order. By the time he had them, the O4 came out. It's $50 difference. I said, "Hey, Dave, just send me the O4 and bill me."
Now the O3s are more expensive than the O4s.
If you can find it.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can find it.
And you have to find it from a third-party vendor at this point, huh?
Amazon's got them for what, $30 more than the O4?
Yeah, they're more.
Wow.
So we kind of, we messed up on that one, Joe. We could have bought
them. Man, I should have got 3 or 4.
Hey, real quick, want to shout out Richard for his generous super chat there. Thanks, Richard. Big supporter of the channel. So, we will discuss the unavailability of the Air 3 Air unit. So we kind of covered that. So you want to just look around from smaller sellers to try to find one, but you're going to pay a premium price for it
if you can find it. Yeah.
Yeah, Joe, what's your favorite between the two Air units and why?
I would say
by a favorite, we mean the O3 and O4.
Between the O3 and O4, I'd say right now with my limited experience with the O4, I really like the O3. Again, I've got to maybe do some fixing, but I have to go to another spot. I got to go to my bando and see how it is over there. But at the construction side, at my job site I'm working right now, the O3 is doing better than the O4. So, that's not the reason I like it more. It's smaller camera. You can tuck it in a little bit more. It's easier to protect.
You're trading off a little camera quality for everything else that's better about the O3.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but the camera quality is so good on the O3.
It's going to take really a while for the frames to catch up with O4 units. All the frames were built for O3s, and the setup on the screws or to mount it on the O4 is a lot different. So it's pretty big. So and all the frames will catch up pretty soon, don't you think, Joe?
Yeah, definitely. They'll catch up. I mean, simple 3D prints, can do a wonder,
Right.
Like that's what I had. Troy, shout out Troy, Big Water UAV. He printed these for me here. There we go.
Wow.
These prints to hold the O4 camera. And doing great. Flies great. Oh, it's nice protected. So.
Yes, that's real interesting. That the O4 really, really is the upgrade people are looking for from the O3.
I was reading Eddie's comment there. He said he's got no range. And it could be a Wi-Fi. I know my O3, just going, Joe. You flew right here behind the church here, and it's not very far. But if you get behind that building, you'll definitely get a little breakup.
Yeah, that's what I say. I look forward to flying different spots and seeing if it's any better. I might just have a fluky spot. I don't know.
Like out there on the beach. Yeah.
Right.
Well, maybe somebody else in Florida will have a O4 Air unit. You can kind of see if your drone can go as far as theirs. Hopefully.
Hey, Mark.
Here's another question, Joe. The O4 Air unit, Pro. I mean, the regular O4 Air unit, the one that's not Pro, that's only $109 versus the O4 Air unit Pro $229. Which one should people get, Joe? The cheaper one or
between which two? I'm sorry.
The O4 Air unit, not the Pro, the regular one that's $109, and then the Pro version, which is $229.
Sure.
That's $120 price difference between.
Sure, them. Yeah, depending on what you're building. The O4 standard is it's supposed to be 1 to 3S, so it's got to be for your tiny whoops, your little small lightweight drones, and then your O4 Pros for your for now you can put a voltage regulator on it on a tiny whoop and run the O4 Pro. But yeah. That'd be the reason. Depending on what you're doing.
Joe, didn't Kai? What did he build?
Kai, thank you. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Kai built a 3 or 3.5 inch, with a O4 Lite and 6S.
Yeah.
Yep. And so, but yeah, I think he put a voltage regulator on it and built it that way.
So Joe, we this is some of the notes you gave me, but would you like to tell a little bit other experience or something with the O4 Air unit that may help the panel out? Help the people in the chat out? Anything that we haven't talked about or?
Nothing really comes to mind. I mean, just the little experience I have with it, like the install is about the same. Simple, either plug and play if your stack will accept it. It solders real easy too to the you can just easily solder it to your flight controller.
Hey, Joe, real quick, Lauren has a comment for you in chat here. He said, Joe, several people in my group have had antennas. And a second comment, he said antenna connection issues. Could that be a problem you're having?
Thank you, Lauren. That reminds me, there were some O4 Air units that there were the pad where the UFL connector is connected inside. That's what the antenna plugs into. That some of those were bad. The solder that they're sitting on, I think, were just like kind of stuck to the top and not really embedded in. So thank you, Lauren. I need to open my unit up and look at that. Could be right there what you're holding, Johnny.
Yeah, where it goes in right here.
Yes, if you take off the 4 screws at the corners and open that up, where those two plug in. Yep. I bet that's what it is because there was a known issue.
Hey, I don't know about the other panelists in this group, DeMarco and Ron, but I am so proud of our guy, Johnny. He can talk real FPV now. When he's talking to Joe, he knows what Joe's all this stuff is going right over my head. And Mr. Johnny, he's like all right there.
Yeah, but you know what, man? Look, Joe's helped me, Maddie's helped me, and you know what? And Joe, you know what? You got to know. I hate to say it, even with camera drones, it's not. You shoot the video and you get back, you got to edit it. Well, with the FPV drones, you got batteries, you got the chargers. There's a lot to. I called Joe one day and I don't know, it was cold and I was flying. I said, man, I'm getting like 45 seconds out of this flight, you know. So it's a lot to know about FPV, and it's fun, but you know, Joe knows it's a
I know a little bit. I still got my teammates that I reach out to help me with beta flight, because I know it kind of, but yeah, I'm starting to learn it better. But yeah, I still put the bat signal out to Mikey Toto up in Chicago, be like, help me, I built a quad, I don't know how to fly it. I don't know how to program
it. Eddie had a comment earlier. He said the O4 Pro can record in 4.3 and 4K, which is Pro. A good comment.
Mm-hmm.
And a Fly Zone said, well, you have to consider flying far and low through trees, or you're going to lose signal compared to flying above trees.
And that's true. And I was flying low through trees, but I was flying the same path as my O3. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, same thing with a camera drone. Even, you know, Morris, you've done it before. I'm sure you got a spot out there at the canyon where you kind of know you might get a little signal on a certain drone, you know, and just, you know, but it's same thing in FPV. I think I know when I do go this way, you know, around that 2-story building, if I kind of go around it lower, yeah, you get some breakup. You go high, of course, you get all your bars right back, you know.
So, Joe, what kind of drones do you plan on bringing with you to Florida this year? Your demo out there?
All of them.
All of them.
All of them. Yeah.
You're driving, huh?
The Grinderino. No, I'm flying.
Oh, okay.
Grinderino. Demibot. Special edition Quad Mafia frame.
Oh, wow.
Marcus's old Avata. And the Air 3.
Yeah. That's quite a lineup.
Bringing the fleet. Fleet.
Don't forget to bring some clothes, Joe.
Oh shit! Thank you.
Yeah.
I might have a tiny bit of room in the suitcase for some drawers and some socks.
Hey guys, and if you got some goggles, I mean, people who have FPV drones, you know, the Avatas and stuff, bring your goggles if you can do some ride-alongs.
Johnny Phillips said he's bringing his goggles too for some ride-alongs.
I mean, I know DeMarco. We did them at Spin Up. DeMarco, what somebody had, but that was when a Beta came out, I think.
Yeah.
That's
Is there going to be a monitor setup or anything that we could plug pilots' goggles
that'd
into?
be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If I don't know if anybody's planning on having a monitor there, but it could be doable. I've got a cable that can make it doable.
Hot Rod's got a setup. I think we have to talk to Hot Rod.
Well, maybe Johnny will just stop by Best Buy and buy an 80-inch TV and put it out there. And
we can buy it and bring it back after the event.
After the event, yeah. Give them back.
I work with a guy like that, Chris.
Yeah.
Eddie's saying, how many lipos are you bringing, Joe?
You're allowed to fly with 20, so I'm bringing 20. I'm bringing 5 Avata, 3 Air 3, and 12 lipos. Probably 6 6S and 6 4S.
Yeah. Does your phone count?
Does not. No, neither does the battery in this. And
Joe, you bringing your Power 1000?
No.
Yeah. Johnny, you'll have to pick it up on the way or something.
Yeah. He'll use mine. That's all right.
I would need it, but no.
About ride-alongs. The first time I met Joe was at Jensen Beach Causeway a month before the meetup one year, and you had the potato DJI drone, and you let me ride along in your in the older DJI goggles.
Yep, and the V2s. Yep.
The V2s, yep,
the V2s. I remember. Yep, that was it was spring break 2 weeks before South Florida drone meetup 23.
And shortly after that, my heart problem.
Yeah, we got the defibrillator on. We were all good.
Couldn't get FPV control to bind with the drone in 03. I combined the goggle. I was reading somebody's.
Eddie says TSA is going to love Joe going through there.
Yeah, no lie.
Here's the one that Johnny was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, Joe, what is
I combine the goggles V2. Could get the FPV control 2 to bind with the drone with 03. Goggles V2, it can get the FPV control. This, if you're talking about this controller, I don't think those two work together.
It's got to be the 3, I believe.
If you're running the goggles V2, you're gonna need the big black remote. DJI FPV.
The first one, the first
one. with the big flip up antennas like on the Phantom 4 Pro.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think those are the ones that will work with the V2s. Then in the Integras and the goggles too, you can use the RC2 that has the flip up antenna, and then goggles 3 is RC3 that this is hidden.
You're getting a lot of variations now, though, Joe.
Yeah, goggles 2, Avata 3, but well, I don't even. I forgot.
Joe, I don't think we covered that. What equipment works with the O4 Air Unit Pro? What goggles and what controllers work with that Air Unit?
The Integras and the goggles 2 will work with the O4. You could if you're using a DJI controller. So the controller talks to the goggles. So if you're using Integras or goggles 2, you have to use this one with the flip up. This came with the Potato. Right. If you're using goggles 3, then you can use the RC3 that you can use with the Avata 2, all these 2s and 3s.
Right.
And of course, if you're running Crossfire or ELRS, you can run something different there. But if you're using the RC controller, this talks to the goggles. So that's that cocktail matters.
Yeah, so it could get a little complicated trying to figure all this compatibility.
Very much, very much so. And TSA didn't give me a problem when I went to Chicago back in July. I had 20 batteries. I'm sure it looks like a frickin' bomb in my bag, and they said they didn't blink an eye. I was ready. I gave myself 30 extra minutes. They didn't bat an eye.
This Lee says he is running the V2s.
V2s, yeah. So either go. So you could let's see. Do that. No, you won't be able to run O4. You can't run O4 with the V2s.
With regard to TSA, 4 or 5 years ago, if you had a drone in your bag and you went through TSA, inevitably they'd hand check it. But I think they've seen enough of them now that they don't even look anymore.
Yep,
it just
right,
goes through and you're done.
It goes right through. Yep.
Yeah.
They don't care, and I'm surprised because for lipos, at least I would think they would at least if someone's got 20 lipos, like, hey, sir, we need to make sure those are in storage level and you're following the rules, that they, in which case I would prove that, but they didn't. Ask nothing, which concerns me a little bit.
Yeah, and also the other thing that helps is that TSA pre-check. God, it just smooths things out. Like Yep. Even if you only take a couple of flights a year, I think when you get pre-check, I think it lasts for several years. So it's worth less hassle when you're getting on the plane.
Yeah, and if I'm mistaken there, if you have the goggles too and not the V2s, you're good with the O4.
Marcus, have you ever had any trouble just bringing a drone? No, I mean,
and I'm talking years back. I mean, 5-6 years ago, I've had them want to look in my bag, right, see what it is. Once they see it's a drone, they go, yeah, okay, go ahead. But
gotcha. Yeah.
I think it took them a while to figure out how to identify them in their X-ray machine,
Yeah, because I mean now we got a lot of people, of course, traveling in South Florida. So yeah, I was, I've never been on an airplane with the drone or the batteries. I was just wondering, I know Captain Ray does it. He went out to California recently, and of course y'all will be doing it. You'll do it a couple times where you're going, with
right. Right.
Eddie says they swabbed each of his drones for bombs.
Wow.
Really?
Even Dominican Republic.
Yeah, Dominican Republic. Mm-hmm.
Mike is saying 5 years for pre-check. So it's $80 to get pre-check, and like you said, for 5 years. Heck, even if you only do a couple of flights a year, it's worth it.
Hey, Mike, Ray and I missed you at Du Bois Park this morning on our sunrise flight. Joe, when are you coming in for the meetup?
I'll be there Friday the 4th. I get in at 10:30 in Orlando. Bob Casey's coming through, scooping me, and then we should be down there about 12:30, I imagine.
Oh, AM. Okay, I said it'd be nice if you could get up to like Du Bois Park in in Jupiter. It's like it's a special spot to see. It's kind of on this inlet. It's not far from the beach, but you got boats. You got the lighthouse there. It's like it's so many.
And is that south of the Stewart?
It's about what would you say, Johnny? About half hour, 45
Yeah,
minutes.
it's not too bad from Stewart right there. Yeah,
We'll see. Once we get in, I know we'll probably unload. I'll have to charge batteries because, like I just mentioned, they'll be in storage mode. So I have to start charging up because we want to go fly Dolman Park. I think myself, Bob Casey, John Flynn, my Uncle Mike's going to be in town. A couple other people are going to go over there and practice some.
Hey,
some
who discovered Dolman Park, Ron?
Oh yeah, what two guys did discover it like 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah, it was Ron and I that found that one.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it's a great location for. I mean, it's never really crowded. I mean, you got restrooms, got that field to park. I mean, you could FPV is a good place to fly, and the camera drones. You got the beach, you got some high-rise condos and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty nice.
You can launch a small airplane from there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Eddie said even the hover got swabbed at the airport.
Oh wow.
Ray said he's never had any problems. Yeah. And a lot of people, like Marcus said, I'm sure years ago, they, if you walked up with what Joe's fixing to bring to the airport, 20 lipos, you'd probably have a little escort, to the plane or something,
I thought I would, but I hadn't yet.
Eddie, look what came in the mail.
Your beacon?
Yeah. Beacon and joystick for that.
Congrats.
For the
Hey,
hovers.
that gamer guy says, hello, tomorrow is my first time flying with goggles. I blew my ESC up and had to get a new one.
That's never fun. I've done that 7 or 8 times.
7 or 8 times. No, it's gonna be a great event. I mean,
Yeah, what am I building, Johnny?
Huh?
Am I building something down there?
Yeah, we talked about it. I actually printed some stuff out tonight. I think that we'll be able to work this O4 in there. Yeah, we talked about, Ron, what we were talking about on drones and coffee one morning that we'll let I have a frame and I don't know, I think somebody had a stack or something, but we may build a drone, a FPV drone on the back of the truck there or something on a picnic table. So.
We can live stream it or something.
Yeah, well, hey, Bill Renane, Bill's he'll be live streaming, that's for sure,
Yeah, Captain Ray said he's doing well, but he has to rest for 2 weeks.
I know Kenny Place It Here will have his new truck with all his FPV goodies in there.
Ken brings a small radio shack with him, so
your soldering iron and all the goodies. Yeah.
Apparently, Mr. Lee's having a problem with the DJI Assistant app, but Jim's Drones telling him there's a different assistant.
Yep, there's DJI Assistant 2 Consumer Series, and then there's FPV Series.
So that's probably what's going wrong. Yeah.
And most surprisingly, even for your FPV stuff, it's the Consumer Series.
Here,
DJI
Flyzone's telling him if you have the G2s, it uses the DJI Consumer Series.
The G2s. That's correct.
Yeah, Philip Kosha said he'll do some live streams, of course. Yeah, live streams are fun, for people who can't attend the South Florida Drone Meetup. Bill Renane, he pretty well did the whole thing,
Yep, start to finish.
Yeah, a lot of people enjoy it, and you got a lot of people watch it that can't come. So, but we got a hell of I think raise up to, I don't know,
144.
144, 145 names. So that's.
I'll be watching when I can. So.
Man, we're going to miss you.
I wish you'd be there, man.
Aside, buddy.
DeMarco, I promise, nothing's going to be said bad about you.
You and Uncle Kevin both will miss you.
I know.
Yeah, he just got back from a cruise, actually. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So talking about the drone cruise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he could have went on a drone cruise. There you go. He would have enjoyed that.
Next year.
Mike Gray says he'll be in Jupiter on April 1st. Oh, well, great. We're going to have some fun when you get down here, Mike.
I think I get there on second, Ron.
Okay.
So it's late. I think it's late. So
late.
Yeah. Well, so on the 3rd.
Well, get some night flights in.
Yeah.
Get some sleep in.
He'll be on that cruise ship partying. He's gonna come to South Florida to sleep.
Yeah. Hey, Ken says charge those lipos in Bob's car on the way. Joe.
Yeah.
As long as he's got a power outlet, for sure, I'll definitely will. It's a good call.
Barkley, yeah, Barkley.
Which I have one. Well, I'll bring mine.
Good night, Barkley.
Good night, buddy.
Barkley was in here. Good night, Barkley.
Night, Barkley.
Ray says he never had an issue.
Hope to
with
see you in
kids
Florida,
with
buddy.
drones. So yeah, any more questions for Joe FPV related before we wrap things up for the night? Anybody in the panel? Anybody in the chat? Don't hold back. Joe's here.
If anybody wants to hold any, if anybody wants to see any of the O4 footage, I can present.
Oh yeah. Show us a little O4 footage. Yeah, let's share a little video.
Show you the little bit of this job site I'm working at here. Let me see if I know how to do it. Share screen.
Marcus is that a Costco hot dog?
That's much better. That's a Sarah hot dog.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Looking for any questions here while you're getting the video ready. Okay, I think I see it here. Add the stage. Oh, there's his computer desktop.
Okay. Do you see? Am I sharing the wrong screen?
We're looking at your file system.
Okay. Bear with me.
Take your time.
We'll go right here. Now you see it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me,
Now you don't.
Yep. Roll that clip.
Okay. This is the DVR footage. So this is from my goggles.
Okay.
Back my
What's that,
cursor off here.
1080p for the goggles?
Yeah, it's 1080p. Yeah.
This is at your house, Joe?
This is not
this
my
is the house
house.
y'all doing, yeah.
Yeah, this is a big job site we're working on.
Nice.
It's about 80% of the exterior walls are moving outward, blowing that house outward quite a bit.
Wow.
So,
Now, what are the goggles record at 30 frames per second?
100.
Wow.
So I'm in 4K 100 here.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be your best latency for goggles 2 or Integras. If you're running goggles 3, you want to be at 4K 120.
Wow.
That'll be for your best latency. So I'm running 4K, 4K 100 here. And so
Johnny, we had the goggles 3, right, Johnny?
The ones with the pass through.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So I think it's back here where I start to go. Yeah, I think this is where I go back into here. Yeah. So when I come back into this tunnel, back into this trail, you can see my megabits per second down low there: 16, 17, 18, 15, 13.
Oh, wow.
12,
Yeah.
9, 8,
Yeah.
6, 4,
Count down.
2,
drop
1.
down.
And so a lot of blockiness come right here. I couldn't see these ghost branches right here. So bop hit right there.
Oh no.
Almost crashed that. And so that just kind of shows you what I was running into. And I'm glad Lauren said that. I'm gonna have to check my UFL connectors on that O4, because I bet that's what it is.
That'd be great.
It's strange. Even in front of me right here, like I'm right here in the driveway and I'm at 33 megabits per second. Something's not right there. Something's not right there. So let me pull this back up, move this over here. And I'll go to.
But the colors look great on it, Joe.
This one's from today. This is from my Quad Mafia frame.
Okay.
And it was cloudy today, but we got some framing up.
I knew he was going through that window.
That's your gap, huh?
At 60. And this is the O3, which that's kind of an unfair comparison because the last one was DVR footage, but this is O3. I'll show you. I'll go back to the O4 here in a minute so you can see actual.
The framelits look much better in this.
Yeah, it looks better here, but again, that was DVR footage on that O4. I'll show the O4 so you can see that. But this back here, I was able to fly through that, and I was going down to about 8, 9, 10 megabits per second, still enough to be able to see. Well, I didn't see this branch right here. Bow.
Oh, those branch.
I didn't see that branch right there. Let me show you another one on that O4.
No damage on that?
Nah, none at all. None at all. Oops, it's going to be this one. Okay. Oh, no, that one.
That's the O4 Pro.
This is the O4. Oops, this is the O4 Pro.
Yeah.
DVR footage again, huh?
This is the same video as that DVR footage I was showing you, but this is the actual footage. This is from the unit.
Hey, you didn't go through the backhoe.
Not on this flight. But it's clear. But if you see what I mean, I'm gonna pause it. You see, let me go over here to the sun. This is so clear, like it's so clear and sharp. I mean, I know it looks a little blurry, but it's so clear and sharp that it's just too much. You know, it needs ND filters. It needs the 180 rule. It's just too jarring, in my opinion.
And DJI has ND filters available for the O4 Air unit right on release date.
Yep, they sure do. This is a 14-acre property that we're working on.
14 acres. Why is this Texas?
It's in Texas, where everything's big. Sorry, sorry, y'all need some Dramamine. My bad. So anyway, that's a little bit of footage.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good, JoJo.
It's impressive. It's impressive. I like it a lot. So I'll stop sharing right there. There we go.
Ron, this is a drone. This is the drone that we're giving away. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
At the meetup, okay.
Now ready to go. We did a little test flight. My son-in-law put it up yesterday, so it's ready to go. This will be given away to some lucky.
DJI does have an air unit in it.
Yeah, this is the O3. Yep, this is a 5-inch.
So whoever gets that gets a valuable.
Last O3 in America, right there.
Yeah, you're not lying. Hey, if I known, I might have thrown the O4 in here, Joe. You know,
right?
Yeah, I'm gonna win that thing and just strip the air unit out and sell it.
Yeah, hey, that's true.
Hey, Johnny, is that just you're giving away just the drone only, or controller and all that?
Just the drone only.
No fly more combo.
This is DJI. This is set up to fly with what Joe's holding, and of course the goggles 3, the Integra, and what
goggles
Joe, the goggles 2. Yeah. So
and the V2s.
DJI, I mean, you can add ELRS or Crossfire if you want.
You can fly that with the V2s also. The O3 air unit can fly with the V2s and up.
But my goggles 3 wouldn't work with that.
Yes.
Well, they would.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can't fly with the motion control. You need the real.
No.
But Matt did a good job. The build come out great. It's a great. Somebody's gonna have a nice drone.
So Marcus, bring your goggles along in case you win it.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I would love to bring my goggles along just for like ride-alongs, just like what you're talking about. But we're doing that cruise beforehand, so I'm gonna have to kind of pack light.
Hey, ship them in a box. Aren't you shipping me
some stuff? That's true. Yeah.
Throw them in a box. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. No. John Flynn. It's no GPS. Joe wouldn't let me. Joe Fotoleo wouldn't let me put GPS on.
That's for sissies.
Yeah.
Hey, look, we got Uncle Bill in the chat here. I want to wish Uncle Bill a nice recovery. He's had some surgery. You'll see he's on the mend here, but Ray told me he's doing real well, and I hope to see him about a month at the meetup doing his usual live streaming, and maybe even beforehand. Bill, you got to ride down to Jupiter someday and fly at Du Bois with us.
Yeah, he probably Lloyd's gonna be staying with him, so I'm sure they'll probably
meet
up with us at some point.
Good.
Yeah.
Can't wait. It's 4.5 weeks.
Ray Kelly saying, "Get well soon, Bill." Yeah, good old Bill. So yeah. Well, I want to thank Joe for coming on, kind of giving us a first look and overview of that new O4 Air Unit Pro, showing us some footage and taking some Q&A on it. So and when you get a little bit more hands on with it, maybe come back in a future show and do kind of a part
definitely.
Two of the show.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't have enough answers for some of you guys, but yeah, with the little experience I have with it, it's been awesome. Needs an ND filter. I know that much.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, Ron. Appreciate it, man. Have fun.
Hey, I learned something tonight.
Love having you on.
I learned something tonight. Stevie Bronx got a friend. He said he was asking for a friend, So
he was.
Asking for a friend. Yeah. So you'll probably get a lot of FPV questions at the meetup in a month here. So in person.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people getting into it now, and like
I'm happy to answer
people getting started. It's kind of tough to get started with, right? Like camera drones, easy to get started with, but FPV getting into that, it's a little bit of a learning curve.
Yeah, very much so. And I had the potato, so I kind of had training wheels, if you will, when I got into it.
Potato.
Yeah, potato.
Yeah, but hey, Ron, just like camera drones and Marcus, I know he gets questions, and you and myself and everybody in the community. Look, Joe helped me, Matty helped me, and I know Joe. If you got any questions, all the FPV guys would be happy to answer any. Just as camera drones, and the drones it's not only the drones, it's the editing. You need a good phone, you need a laptop, so it's a lot to our hobby.
A lot of moving parts. Yep.
Yeah. It's a lot of moving parts. It is.
Happy to help wherever.
We got a lot of good feedback. John Flynn says Joe's a great FPV teacher, and Gary's backing that up there. So thanks for the feedback,
Appreciate
guys.
that, Gary. Thanks, John.
And Bill, we'll get a hold of you, and maybe when Marcus and Johnny and some of those guys get in town at the beginning of April, you can come down and you can kind of hang out with a little mini meetup beforehand.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, I got an announcement. This may be, I don't know if it's a secret spot, but it's a meetup next Monday. Al Cercerone is setting up a flight at that lighthouse, Hillsborough Lighthouse, which is kind of like maybe halfway to Miami from where I'm at in Jupiter. And it's a real unique lighthouse. We're going to go there at sunrise next Monday. I know Captain Ray and I and Al, I don't know who else will be there, but should be a good little mini meetup.
So, Ron, if I understand correctly, you can get Lance there, but it's only like 100 feet or something. So if you want to get more than that, you got to get a waiver.
Well, that's what happened to them guys one time, but Al put in for 400 feet this time.
But so would that cover all of you or just?
No, because I asked and I'm going to put in tomorrow.
Each person has to get there.
Yeah, I'm going to put in. Now, I may not agree. I don't think I need the 400 because I did the Jupiter Lighthouse. I'm not even close to 400. So I'm probably going to ask for less so I won't get, a better chance of getting through.
250. I mean, honestly, I think about how often do I ever fly higher than a couple hundred feet? Not very often.
Yeah. I don't know if I need that 400 feet. Like you said,
what's around there? Is there like an airport or something around there? Or?
I believe so. I don't know the exact answer, but I believe it may be near an airport or something. So, and of course, this weekend I get here. My first full day here was Friday, and at 6:30 that night, the presidential total flight restrictions went in, so I couldn't fly from 6:45 Friday to 6:30 p.m. Sunday night because of the presidential TFR.
Yeah, just in time for the sunset.
Yeah. Well, Friday, when I put that little footage up of the Neo, I was flying. I probably quit flying like 5-10 minutes before the TFR went into effect Friday night.
Captain Joe's under the TFR because of Mardi Gras. Of course, Mardi Gras they got some parades rolling at 7 a.m. in the morning because they got some high wind warnings. So they stripped all the bands out of the parades and all the marching clubs. It's just going to be the floats, and they're going to try to run it real quick tomorrow.
Wow. Ray Kelly says 7 others are joining us on Monday at that meetup, and then he also says Al got special clearance to fly 250. So that's what Marcus said, 250.
Yeah.
So that's just writing filling out a form and sending it in. I've never done that before, so
it's just in the phone app or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, you can do it on the app, huh?
You can do it in the phone app, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I think one of the Pilot Institute apps is what I use.
Aloft, is it?
It's one for consumers and one for
commercial
Part 107s or whatever. Yeah, I think I don't know which. I do it once a year, so I forget which one I use, and they always look different if you don't use it. I used it sometime last year most of the time I use it for a job where I got to take a real estate photo that's 1 mile into the the restricted airspace or something.
Right.
Johnny, you've got one that lasts you for a couple of years, right? To fly there in Hammond.
I do. I do have. I just redid it. Actually, I did it about 5 months early, but yeah, I did it on a Monday and got it back on a Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
I still sometimes call the tower. I'm still in no man's land, Class D airspace during the day when the tower's manned, Class G when it's closed, and
that gets so confusing.
It's still. I mean, they've never. I don't know. It is what it is. No lands available, so they don't even. Well, I mean, the airport manager, I know him. He lives right here. I could walk to his house right here, but I was asking him about it. He didn't really know what it was, so the chance of him getting it,
Yeah, I this funny little thing when that temporary flight restriction was in effect this weekend for the the president being here. The Jensen Beach Causeway where the meetup was just outside of it. It went all the way up there. I said it just escaped it by probably a few miles.
Yeah.
So we'd have had to go back to Stewart or something if it had gone just a few more miles. So
I got a text today from Patrick Sutton, who Patrick flies with Koopy, right?
Right.
He's gonna be passing through here on the 16th of March, Sunday, and he's gonna swing by and he wants to meet me, and we'll try to maybe do a little flight together. Yeah.
Cool. And you got more people passing through Hammond than any place I know.
Well, hey, we had crossroads of 12 and 55, so I mean, a lot of that's where Hammond is located. So
wow. All right, folks. I want to thank everybody who joined us in the chat tonight. We got a good group, a lot of good questions, comments, as always here. A lot of just a reminder again, South Florida Drone Meetup on April 5th. Jensen Beach Causeway. If you haven't signed up yet, get a hold of Ray Kelly and get on that list. I don't know if any hotel rooms left at the bargain price, but
they do not have any more left.
Okay. But you could possibly get another hotel in the area, someplace if you.
Yeah, Randy tried to book today, and he had to go somewhere else. Although he told him to call back as it gets a little closer, they might have something come open. So
Randy Astle.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So and you can always bring a tent and sleep out the causeway, right, Johnny?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Sleep in the bed of Johnny's little truck.
You could do that too. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll put Rick
curl up a little bit, but
put Rick Williamson in there and then free up his room.
Yeah. There you go. So I want special thanks again to Joe Fotolia for being one of our special guests along with Johnny Drone Flyer tonight. Do you guys have anything you want to promote or talk about before we leave? Nope. Joe?
I'm ready for Florida. I can't get here fast enough. I'm ready for Florida. I'm ready to get down there, see you guys, hang out, fly.
Excellent.
Be sad to go back home.
Excellent. Johnny,
no Fly for Fun show this Wednesday night. Next Wednesday we'll what are we doing? We're just showing some viewer videos, and I will show the poster that my granddaughter did a special poster for the South Florida Drone Meetup, and
that's for sale too, isn't it, Johnny?
Huh? It is, it will be for sale, and I'll tell some more information. It's going to be a nice professional poster that we're getting printed, and it'd be something proud to hang on your walls. So
So you need the people to send some videos in for next week, then, Johnny?
Absolutely, yeah. Send your videos to me. Just send them through Messenger, or just hit me up, and that's really what we'll do next week. Just people we love to show you videos. Our shows, about the pilots, and we want to show you videos.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Thank you, Johnny. DeMarco, you got anything you want to talk? Now you had a ball game this weekend, didn't you?
Three.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Four. I'll take that back. My daughter played too. So
how'd it go out there? You have good weather?
The boy went 1 and 2, but he pitched well. The girl won. So it's back into it again. So
yep. Here you go, DeMarco. Here you go.
Hey.
I did a lot of baseball this weekend myself. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Johnny, you got that front row seat at
Hey, Ron, how was the auto train? Tell us about that real quick.
Oh man, that's that's kind of a bigger story, but it was okay. You know what I mean? It was I'd probably do it again because it saves time. You just get on there, and I didn't really sleep. I dozed a lot, but I didn't really like get sit down and lay there and sleep for hours on end. So I slept somewhat or whatever. I was awake enough the next day to drive to Jupiter from Orlando. We'll put it that way. It was fine, but basically what I expected, So got here fast. That's good, right?
Yeah, good deal.
Yeah.
Did you have a room?
No, we didn't get the roomette or even the bigger room because that would make it so expensive. Man, you might as well fly and pay somebody to drive your car down or whatever, So we only did it because it didn't cost us any more to do this than it would to just drive down ourselves and with 2 hotels. It usually takes us 2.5 days to get here, so that's 2 hotel rooms.
Yeah,
at basically $200 a night. So you're $400 hotel rooms and then whatever gas costs you. Where this was like $420. Everything. So and the seats were kind of like airplane seats, but you had much more leg room than it was like you're in an airplane, but you're in first class. You had a bunch of leg room. And the seats.
Did you take your shoes off? Did you take your shoes off when you were sleeping?
I did not, but Susan did. But you weren't allowed to get up and walk around without your shoes on, no.
Okay.
I wore real comfortable shoes, so I was fine. So, Marcus, I know you put a bunch of videos out this week. I'm behind on your videos, but you have, a new helicopter video, a new hover video?
Yeah, that little chopper, it's just a toy, but they sent it to me, so I put together. And I had fun flying that thing. Is it something I'll ever get out again? Probably not, but it was fun. And then the hover had a firmware update where you got dolly zoom, and that's always a fun.
Everybody loves dolly zoom.
Yeah, and then it has a thing called indoor follow. So I was at the band shell out at the park, and it's got a little backstage and all that, and really narrow doorways. Hey, that drone followed me around all through there and so forth. It's got a lot of AI built into that little hover air.
I hope some of that technology from that rolls into the V-Copter Mini, being the same company.
Yeah, let's hope so. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. So
anyway, we finally got done with most of the construction around here. So
your big project's almost.
Yeah, that's kind of a relief, and just got a little painting yet to do, and hopefully that's it. Of course, the insurance company told me to go fly. You pay. Yeah. I called them back today because we found out some other information, and they said, no, we can't cover that. So, kind of what I figured.
Yeah. Good old insurance company.
Yeah.
Real quick, how's that new Ram truck running?
That thing is amazing. That is a piece of technology in and of itself. When I bought it up at Dave Smith Motors, which is in northern Idaho, and then drove it home. And once I got home, you literally spend, I think DeMarco can kind of relate to this. I spent about an hour and a half programming everything and get everything set up just how you want it. It's got more screens in it than my house.
It's a shame they don't have an auto train from Boise to Florida. You could bring that down and ride around down there.
Yeah, it's got massaging seats, and I'm not kidding you. When you're on the road, it's nice. You just hit that button and you're like, yeah, okay, this is all right.
Can be dangerous.
Hands-free driving, Joe. You don't even have to touch the wheel.
Just fall asleep. It's all good.
It's looking like your eyeball sleep. Yeah. In fact, Joe, it has drowsy detection on there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. If it thinks you're drowsy, it says, "No, you got to get off the road."
It's checking out. It's looking at your eyes. It sees your eyes. Eyelids getting heavy. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Awesome.
cool. So okay, and I think I put a little short video out since I've been in Florida, one with a Neo landing in a palm grove or whatever. But I put some nice photos out today on DroneNation.
I saw those
at the lighthouse today. So they came out real good. And the funny thing is, Johnny or anybody seen it, it was beautiful this morning. We were flying at the park, but then Ray and I went to dinner, breakfast afterwards. And before we got our breakfast, it started raining. It rained on and off the rest of the day. So it was beautiful at sunrise, but not the rest of the day.
Did you have biscuits and gravy?
Yeah. Ray told me the secret it was toast, but if you ask, they could substitute biscuit instead of toast. I just had biscuit. I didn't have the gravy, but I did have the authentic Southern biscuit.
Yeah.
I do have biscuits in Louisiana.
Yeah, but I don't do the gravy.
What?
Really?
The gravy?
Yeah. I ain't eating wet bread. No.
What kind of a Southern boy are you if you don't have?
We can't be friends no more, Johnny.
No.
I'm sorry, Johnny.
Ooh, Johnny, carbohydrates.
No, yeah, I can't eat no.
And biscuits are a big deal for somebody in New Jersey because you can't get a decent biscuit up there.
How about cheese grits, Johnny? How about cheese grits?
Yeah, I like cheese grits. Yeah, absolutely.
Right,
but wet bread, no.
You know, like bread pudding.
Yeah. Well, that's different.
All about to be wet in a minute.
That's sweet.
So. All right, folks, that's it. We've run over time here. We got to pay these people overtime around here tonight, so we're gonna say goodnight until next week. And I don't have a show planned for next week. We'll come up with something good. Who knows? Maybe we'll have a new V-Copter by next week, Johnny.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. Good night, folks.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Hit it, Marco.